Okay, so here we have the Care Aquarius waterpik or water flosser. This is going to be a cordless water flosser. So here, no cords, with a 900 milliliter tank. So that's actually going to be quite a good amount of water. Definitely more than one person is ever really going to need at one point in time. So if you and have a significant other, you have a family, this is going to be a good amount of water for you guys to use, basically morning or night, wherever you're brushing your teeth. Good time to floss as well. We're going to go through, talk about the features of this Care Aquarius water pick here, and just give our thoughts, and we'll do a demo for you guys as well. Before we jump in, though, I want to thank Care for sending us this unit here so we can do a demo review for you guys. The big one for me is obviously going to be that this is a cordless unit. I can move it around, no problem there. So if you don't have an outlet immediately available, or because it is a water thing, you don't really want to deal with plugging things into outlets, like let's say maybe you have outlet covers, you can still have access to a electronic water pick without the need for cables. So that's really nice. It's a 2000 milliamp hour battery, so it's going to last you a good amount of time for the pump in here. It also is going to have things like an auto off feature, so even if you turn it on, I'll turn it on right there, and I leave it on, it's going to turn itself off after 5 minutes, whether I'm using it if I'm not using it at the time, it will turn it off to conserve the battery. So being cordless, a lot of flexibility depending on where you want to use this, where you want to place it, and your electricity situation near your sink. So a lot of them won't even have one of these here. All right, the next one that I think is a must-have for pretty much everyone with a water flosser like this is, obviously there's a little bit of water in here. You can see here inside we have water, and what do we not want when we have water inside of something? And that is bacteria. We don't want things to grow in there. So this has a handy little UV sanitization chamber. So you put the tips back in here when you're done with them, close it up, and you'll see there's a little light there telling us that it's sanitizing the little container. I don't know what you would call it, the little brush tip holder. So that way, as you're changing things out, using them throughout the day or what have you, you can ensure that nothing's growing in there. So very sanitary in terms of multiple people using the water pick, being able to close, store it at the end of the day, end of the night. That's a great feature. I think between that and the cordless, those are definitely my favorites. The large tank, like I said, it's very nice if you have multiple people in the house using it. It pops off very easily. Literally just refill it. It's just a tank, 900 milliliters, good amount of space, and then you just slide it on. You just want to make sure you get it. There you go. Sit against the little guides. All right, so how does it work? Very simple. You take the water pick here. I have it in the off position. You're going to make sure it's powered on, and then you can turn on the pump here. You just heard that, full pressure. Start it on low. Do not crank it all the way up to the top. All right, so turn it on, low, and now we can flip the on here. So you can see here, I can up the power by turning the dial. Turn the dial, and I can turn it back down all the way to off. And that's exactly what you want to see, that kind of almost laser beam like coming out of the floss pick. There's two modes. You got normal and you got pulse. So now we're on pulse. We'll turn that up. So you can hear it's turning on and off, on and off, on and off. One more time, I'll let you hear normal. Constant go. Pulse. Switch back and forth. And you can see here, through all that, we've only used up about 1/3 of the water tank. So, like I said, it's nice to have the larger tank capacity on there. Gives you plenty of time for, I would say, 2 people definitely to be able to use the waterpik throughout an entire routine. As far as the other options you have here, you're going to get 2 of the standard waterpik jet tips. You can release the tip by pushing this guy right here. Let's turn it off for sure. That would be a good idea. Then we're going to release and pull. There we go. Comes right off. And we've got a few alternative options here. Probably the most favorite people will be this. This is the tongue scraper. So you scrape your tongue, water comes out here, keeps that clean. You've got the orthodontic brush. Anyone who has someone in their family who has braces, so you go around each of the nodes on the brace, it will shoot the jet of water right there in the middle. So you can keep each of the little connections onto the tooth nice and clean. This one here with the little flexi tip, this is the periodontal cleaner. So this is the one that's going to go between the teeth, around the gums. I mean, periodontal just effectively is gums for purposes of this. So this one here, it will be soft as you kind of run it along the gums or between the teeth. You're not going to get irritation from it. So nice soft tip there. And then we have this one, which is our plaque. I don't know if I would call it a brush. They're like little scrubbers on it, and it's kind of hard to. There you go. You can see right there. See how it's got little brush heads on it. So you can use that going up and down or between teeth specifically to try to remove more stubborn plaque than just food particles. So you got lots of options here. I should also mention you get 2. I don't know if I said that. You get 2 of the standard jet tips. Now, something that I think they could improve is, I don't know where you store the other jet tip. So obviously one would be on the waterpik right there. But then all the standard attachments fit into the UV case. So where would the other tip go? I have not figured that out. Doesn't seem to be like another place to put it. So if they could make this guy a little bit bigger, or even just a little hook on the side to put stuff. I'm not entirely sure where you normally store the other one. I've just been putting it in our little container over here. So that would be one thing I think they could improve. The other one would be, gosh, it takes a lot of force to move this guy up and down. I think over time that would probably loosen up. But yeah, that could be either a little easier of a switch, or maybe a button or something like that would be nice. But yeah, it's a great little unit. Really appreciate it being cordless, large tank, lots of attachments, and of course the UV little cleaning chamber in there. All very appreciated items on your water.